Paris, easily the most well-loved city in the world. But more than its dreamy avenues and quaint charms, the city is also the hub of the latest in technology and innovation. In this adventure, I revisit the City of Lights, behold the best machines in the industry, and drive to mystical Brittany, Northwest France's beautiful Atlantic coastline, for a unique experience not mentioned in the guidebooks. From Manila, flying to Europe is no longer a series of transfers and long layovers, with the convenience of direct flights to Istanbul. Turkish Airlines is getting known for their impeccable in-flight service, something I always look forward to. There's a good entertainment system, plenty of legroom, and personalized service. You even get served by a chef on board. A nice touch that enhances your dining experience.
So this is the candlelight dinner, high above the clouds. Very good.
The small, thoughtful details make up the whole experience. After a short hop from Istanbul, I made it to Paris just in time for a quick visit to a favorite spot. Le Bourget Airport is the site of the Paris Air Show, the world's oldest and most prestigious exposition, both for military and civilian aircraft. I've always had fond memories of attending the air show many times in the past, and it feels great to be back. There is also an extensive aircraft museum, one that had always sparked wonder and a deep appreciation for flying machines. But what I was really here in Paris for was to attend another exposition. The Paris Motor Show, considered the world's oldest automobile expo, began in 1898, drawing car manufacturers, enthusiasts, and press from all over the world. It showcases the newest technologies and trends in the industry.
This reminds me of the Q7 we used in Spain, but the hybrid, so I guess I save a lot of money on fuel. I like the new style seats.
Seeing everyone's unique, eye-catching displays were a visual treat in itself, and the cars certainly did not disappoint.
Now, this is the dream.
With its sleek and powerful machines alongside its best-selling race cars, the German brand Porsche drew a lot of attention.
What I like with car shows is that I get to play with all these cars, play around with all the switches, and figure out what's the latest in terms of navigation, climate control. Almost everything is here.
The show is also where concept cars made their debut, and seeing them shows you that indeed the future is already here.
We've always had it in airplanes, and now they have it in the car.
VR was also a big thing at the show, a great tool that allowed guests to experience a test drive without leaving the expo. But one thing was noticeable throughout the show.
This year's motor show does not focus too much on luxury, but more on green technology.
Electric and hybrid cars took center stage this year, with each brand offering the best in energy efficiency and lesser carbon emissions. It was good to see that everyone is now more environmentally conscious. Meanwhile, I took time to consult the authorities in the field.
electric.
Saving energy and
Yes, saving energy, but especially without losing any performance.
that's right, that's right. Nice looking car.
Yeah, really nice.
It's always great to learn from experts. And with the whole world watching, it was the best time for car manufacturers to unveil their newest models and most cutting-edge technology.
Now I can't wait to see this one.
Back in the Porsche headquarters, everyone waited excitedly for the big reveal.
Ladies and gentlemen, the new Panamera 4 E-Hybrid.
Porsche continued to develop and refine its green technology with the new Panamera 4E Hybrid. The all-wheel drive sports car can achieve a top speed of 278 kilometers per hour, going from 0 to 100 in 4.6 seconds. Very impressive. Good thing I did not have my credit card with me. After the break, I test drive one of Porsche's new offerings, driving all the way to France's dramatic Atlantic coastline to learn more about the unique Breton culture. Saying goodbye to the busy streets of Paris, I went on to see more of the French countryside. At the suggestion of my good friend Jacques Branelec, who hails from the northwestern side of France, I went for the long, scenic drive to Brittany, taking the new Porsche 718 Boxster out for a spin. The 718 number series is now attached to the Boxster models, a tribute to Porsche's successful race car models back in the 50s and the 60s, which also used four-cylinder engines. I can't wait for the new discoveries I will make on this side of France. My first stop was the airport in Morlaix, where I was supposed to meet a fellow pilot and also the first Frenchman in outer space. I was thrilled to meet Jean-Luc, as I've never met an astronaut before.
Bonjour, Jean.
Bonjour.
I made it to Morlaix.
That's good.
Well, Jacques tells me that you are one of the most popular celebrity in aviation here.
I started here many years ago. I was 16 and I flew my first pilot flight from
Right
here
here?
to the Air Club up here.
Yeah.
Then I moved to the Air Force Academy
Yes.
and became a fighter pilot in 1961. And after that I was a test pilot for 7 years. And then I entered the space program. I flew 2 flights with the Russians and one with NASA.
I see. And what got you into this?
You know, when I was at the Air Force Academy,
Yes.
I was also the year Yuri Gagarin flew to space.
Ah, that's
And,
right, that's
April
right.
61, I was in the second year of the Air Force Academy, learning how to fly. Many of my friends were dreaming, why not to space one day?
Yes. I
And,
think we all
that's-
dream of something, huh?
John even showed me the Belgian biplane that he trained on when he was only 16 years old. Now retired from the space program, John spends most of his time flying his Beach Bonanza. At 78, he's showing no signs of slowing down.
Well, I always say that these Bonanzas are the best single-engine airplanes.
Oh yeah.
I love the 36. It's a good airplane, I think. Fantastic aircraft.
Fantastic aircraft, yeah.
It was very inspiring to meet John, who has reached the limits of human flight, something most pilots can only dream of. Although we had planned on flying over Morlaix, the weather suddenly changed for the worst. This part of France is known for its erratic weather patterns. As we monitored the weather, I was welcomed into the airport's control tower.
Well, John Luke wanted me to fly and see Roscoff from the air, but being in Brittany, weather is always changing very fast. And according to controllers, it can change drastically. And you may be able to take off, but all of a sudden you can't even land because the ceiling is very low, as you can see.
We have all weather in a day.
Okay.
All seasons in a
So
day.
this is typical here in
Yes.
Brittany. Well, normally you have to see the shoreline, huh?
You are not lucky.
I know. I think this is a good reason for us to come back to Morlaix again.
Yes.
Too bad flying was out of the question, but it was still nice to meet the kind folks at the Morlaix airport. Bidding them goodbye, I went to drive further, closer to the coast. With the weather starting to clear up, it was a good time to drive with the top down.
And it can be up in 10 seconds. There's no other car to use here except a convertible. I enjoy this change of scenery from hills and mountains, French shoreline, nice little towns. What a beautiful place, huh?
For centuries, this region was a proudly independent realm, with closer connections to Britain than France. Descending from the Celts, the people have kept their own language and culture, similar to that of Scotland and Ireland. The Breton culture still lives on in the area, and is where the name Brittany is derived. I reached the town of Roscoff, a small granite-built community with an active harbor.
Roscoe is a town of seafarers and adventurers, and in the past, they were so adventurous that they even became pirates.
Their lives revolve around the sea, and Roscovites are said to have control of the English Channel, pillaging British towns. Today, the little boats in the marina hardly scream of plunder, and the port is a picture of peace and calm. From the port, I drove to the old town of Roscoff, where I will be staying. Walking down its charming cobblestone streets, I found some very well-preserved medieval architecture. The Notre Dame de Croixbat is the town's centerpiece, with its unusually designed bell tower that dominated Roscoff's skyline. All around town, you'll find bulbs of its famous pink onions, a crop brought in from Portugal in the Middle Ages. The town's seaweed-infused soil gave the onions a distinct flavor, making it a lucrative product of trade in the 19th century. Roscovites would bring them to the British towns, peddling them on bicycles. The Brits gave them the nickname Onion Johnnies, as most Frenchmen are named John. But if there is one thing most people associate with Breton culture, it's the crepe.
Legend has it that crepe was invented because of the clumsiness of a farmer's wife pouring porridge in a flat stone. Now, it is one of the most popular dish from Brittany.
I tried the house specialty, one that has seaweed and artichoke. Very unique.
What makes this so special? It feels very good compared to whatever I had in the past.
Because here and in Brittany, especially in Finisterre, this part of Brittany, we make very thin pancake,
Yeah.
very thin and very well cooked.
Yes, yes. And you've been in this business for a long time?
Yeah, third generation.
Third generation, so your parents
Yeah.
did the same thing.
It's my son who's made
Preparing.
pancakes. It's for third generation.
Excellent.
Jean leads me into their kitchen, where his son is busy preparing orders. They use a special kind of wooden spatula to spread the batter thinly into the hot griddle. I tried to lend a hand.
Like this.
Like this. Okay, I turn it around. Yes. How thin? Thin?
Thinner.
Okay. I think he lose money by hiring me here. Okay, and then?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, I watch it now.
It's
You change.
yeah.
Okay.
And what do you want?
Butter.
Butter.
Okay.
That's butter. You want some sugar, or only with butter? Just
Yeah.
To taste.
Yes, I think so.
Crepes can be served either with sweet or savory fillings.
And this is made out of wheat, or no?
Yeah.
Wheat also. Yeah.
And we used to let it well cook.
Yes.
We love pancake like this.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah. The first pancake.
Oh, thank you very much.
Bon appétit.
Merci beaucoup.
Up next, I continue to explore wild and rugged Brittany and discover the magic of its islands and coastlines. Roscoff is the jump-off point to many small islands around the coast of France and the English Channel. Today, I walk the long bridge to the deep water ferry that will take me to the mysterious island of Ile-de-Bac. The boat ride takes you across the sapphire waters surrounding Roscoff. I can almost imagine being a pirate here in the past and having control over these waters. We soon catch sight of the island.
Well, here we are in Ile-de-Bac, very small island, very close to Roscoff, and our friend Eric will take us around and show us the whole island. Thank you, Eric, for picking us up.
Welcome in Ile-de-Bac.
Yes, it looks like it's a nice island. Very windy though.
We windy today.
Yes.
Eric has lived in the island all his life, and I was very happy to meet his family down to his grandkids. Measuring only 2 miles long and a mile wide, Ile-de-Bac has a population of only less than 600. No cars can be transported into the island, so you are assured of no traffic all year round. What a dream! The handful of residents subsist on farming, livestock, and fishing. Its old lighthouse still guides fishing boats through its coast. Eric shows me a view of its white sand beaches that could very well be from the tropics. The island's seeming enchantment lies in the fact that it is a tropical island, in contrast to the rest of France. A testament to the island's magic can be found here at the Jardin Exotique of Georges de la Selle.
This garden, Mr. George de la Selle,
Yes.
arrived in Ile-de-Bac in 1898,
It was very sick
and he was very sick, yes.
with tuberculosis.
Tuberculosis, yes. But he have a flash on Ile-de-Bac because of the climate.
Oh,
And he
okay.
come in Ile-de-Bac,
And started getting well.
started getting well because of the climate.
Yes.
And he worked to do a garden. He bring plant from every part of the world. And now it's a very nice garden because with the tuberculosis, he have only 1 or 2 weeks at that moment, and he stayed alive a long time after.
After a miraculous recovery, the Parisian businessman built this garden in return, proving the island's unique climate that can support more than 2,000 species of exotic plants brought in from 5 continents.
But very similar to our plants because of temperature, huh? It's interesting how they do it.
Palm trees and tropical flowers flourish in the garden, which exuded a very calm and peaceful atmosphere. it's definitely a place that can cure the mind, body, and spirit. The Breton culture is replete with legends, and this island is no exception. Eric takes me to the coast where curious rock formations can be seen. He tells me that the locals believe that a dragon terrorized the islands long ago. It was defeated by a brave monk with the use of a staff or bat, which the island is named after. The dragon put up such a fight that his claw marks can still be seen in these rocks. I envied Eric and the peaceful life he has in Ile-de-Ba. What a great discovery! Back in Roscoff, the tide has gone up, and with it, the fishing boats that plied the water earlier. Roscoff is a well-known fishing harbor with a generous offering of fish, crustaceans, and other seafood.
Here in Roscoff, another town specialty are fruits de mer, of course.
Very good.
It's really one of the best places in the world to sample the freshest fruits de mer, or the bounty of the sea. Before driving back to the frenzy of the big city, I make one last stop in the coast of Brittany. In the town of Perros-Guirec is one of Brittany's hidden gems. Strewn all over the coast are rocks with all sorts of bizarre shapes and sizes that glow with a distinctly pink color.
There are only 3 places in the world where one can find these pink granite stones. One is in Corsica in Italy, the other place is China, and the third is here in Brittany.
The rocks are sculpted from cooled magma over millions of years ago.
It's amazing how these rocks are formed in this manner. I think the shapes are shaped by the waves, but then you wonder at times how one can be on top of the other.
Their folds and creases look too delicate to be naturally formed. It's nice to see them up close and try to guess what they resemble. Is that a human mask? Napoleon's hat? Someone's nose? Definitely a good exercise for one's imagination. Standing over the rocks is the Plumanak Lighthouse, built with the same pink granite overlooking the English Channel. It was a surreal setting and the best place to catch a view of the sunset as the rocks deepen in color. Whether it's the showcase of the latest technology in the busy streets of modern Paris, one of the most visited cities in the world, or the charms of ancient Brittany, a place of history, stillness, and enchantment that allowed its unique culture to thrive for centuries. Discovering the many sides of France is always a fascinating journey, one that I don't mind taking over and over again.
This has been your captain, Joy Roa. See you in the next Asian Air Safari.